Know the Art here with another speed art adventure. I think that's what I'm going to call it from now on. Um, so, this is a traditional piece I did back in June or July of 2020. So, back when almost everyone was still in quarantine. Um, and I had realized that I didn't do a lot of diversity um, or diverse representations in my work. I had done a few from Draw This in Your Style, but I hadn't created any characters of my own that were people of color or, monsters or aliens or like, it was just white, pretty girls. And so I decided that I needed to branch out and get outside my comfort zone and really try to draw different things. And one of them is being very diverse in my character design. And so I decided that I would draw these lovely pictures that I found on the internet of black women with beautiful afros with flowers in their hair. It was, they were just gorgeous. And so it was really nice to kind of work and look and research how different hair and hair textures work, skin colors, that sort of thing. And I learned a lot as an artist and as a person that everybody comes in different shapes and sizes. I already knew that, but it's always nice to learn more and educate yourself more about these kinds of topics, especially what happened last year here in the US. And so it's always good to keep on learning. I always tell myself I'm a lifelong learner. I'm never stopping filling my book of knowledge, and I never want to. The moment I say that I'm done learning, I better be dead, because there is always new things happening, new information coming out, and that sort of thing. And you just need to be aware of the workings of how society and culture works, because it's always changing, it's always evolving. We are evolving, and to stay in the past and say, well, this is how it's always done, is not the best thing to say, and not the best thing to stand on, sort of thing. So it was really nice to kind of make sure that I am being diverse with my characters, and making sure that I'm representing of all people of color. I'm still there are still some that I haven't really researched or gone into, and I really want to focus on that more, especially this year and this coming year, and make sure that I do my research correctly, make sure that I am representing everyone appropriately, and that sort of thing. And yeah, so it was nice getting out of that comfort zone of drawing the same similar characters every time. I really enjoyed seeing other artists experiment and get out of their comfort zones, because it's sad to see big time artists say sorry about a piece I'm experimenting on, as they post it on social media. And it's like, you have no reason to be sorry. Like, you should be able to experiment. That's what an artist does. We experiment, we grow, we progress, we change our styles. Like, our styles should not be stagnant or stale or stay the same year after year. I've noticed big artists, they have slight changes in their style, but their style does change. And it sucks that social media has kind of ruined artists. It has shown us that if you do not have a consistent style, you're not a good artist. And I find that horrible. We don't get to see the down and dirty. We only see the perfect and the refined, or else we won't get followers, or we won't get engagement and that sort of thing. And I just think we need to make a stand to start showing those experimental pieces and those pieces we didn't quite finish, or their works in progress. Like this video itself is in a weird angle. This was one of the first few times that I was filming myself drawing and coloring. So yeah, the angle is going to be off and a little weird, but I still want to show it to people. I want to show those artists that even though they don't get the technique right, they can start somewhere. Everyone needs to start somewhere. You need to show off something. And it's just so frustrating to see like small baby artists that are like, I don't have a consistent style, I need a consistent style. And it's like, no, you don't. I didn't have a consistent style for the longest time. I still don't have a consistent style. I like go between at least 3 different ways that I draw stuff, and you can totally see that in my Instagram posts, and you can see that on my coffee page where I post a lot of sketches or unfinished things, or things that I finished but didn't want to post because I was so afraid that it would mess up how my Instagram page looked. But now I'm just kind of like, I want to post things that are experimental, and I'm trying different things because maybe there's something that you really liked about that experimental piece that you did, and so you keep it and you use it for further art pieces. So then that is the new starting point. That is the new progress piece that we are looking at, and that's great to see, that timeline, that progression. And so like when we do things of like art versus artist, or like the 2019 versus 2021, or the 10-year challenge, to see how much your art has progressed is amazing, and we should keep it that way. As an art teacher myself, I love to see progression. I love to see students kind of go from the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year. Sure, it's not leaps and bounds, but like there is a progression for it, and that's great. That's fantastic, and that's what I love to see. And sadly, I am a culprit of that. When I look at an Instagram page and I see it's kind of all over the place and jumbled, and there's traditional and digital, and I feel like there should be an appeal to the page of like, maybe it's traditional and digital, like it goes back and forth. Or I know one artist had like one digital piece, and then one traditional piece, and then one black and white piece, and they created their page that way. And so that created a nice kind of layout to look at. And it's hard because like we shouldn't be looking towards needing and wanting followers, but that's what the algorithm is to get those followers. You want as many followers as possible to be the popular person. But that's when we start to get the ghost followers, those who like follow us from a follower loop or something, and then they don't interact or they don't do anything because they followed like 3,000 other people, so they don't get to interact with those people. And it's just so frustrating because they'll get a bunch of interactions, but you won't get any from them. And so then you unfollow them, and then they unfollow you, and then it becomes this unfollow train because you're not getting that. And it's just so hard as well for those who are on hiatus, saying they need a break, and they're gone for 3 months, 6 months, almost a year. And it's like, I want to support you, but I need to know you're doing okay too. I want to know that you're alive and everything's okay. I follow this one artist. She hasn't posted anything for a couple months because she's kind of in an artist block. Like, she's a freelance artist, but she just hasn't been able to do anything of value to herself. But she posts on her story, she interacts with people, she is engaging that way. And I feel like we need to flip the switch on trying to be engaging in like posting, and be more engaging to the followers, to the people that you follow, because those are also going to be your followers too. Most of the people you probably follow either follow you of some sort. I mean, there might be some artists that don't follow you, but that's okay. But you should be able to be like, hey, I'm still here. I'm still willing to support. And I get that. It can be overwhelming and tiring. I've been there. I've had to take those moments away from the social media and give myself, a day or two to break from it and just kind of do my own thing. But then I pop back in, maybe like a posting, share it, check out people's stories, interact with those stories, that sort of thing. That's what I mostly like to do, is interact with stories. I've really noticed I've tried to do more story stuff of like asking questions, and I haven't really gotten any engagement. I had a lot during the summer, which I feel like is due to everyone being in quarantine and that's all you did. But now I feel like I'm not getting anything anymore. And so that's where it does become frustrating as well. It's like, is anyone really watching or engaging? And it's like, why do I make art? And then that becomes the question, am I making art for the people to look at, or am I making art for myself? And I really had a big reflection and look back on what do I want my Instagram page to be. And I come to realize that I just want to do it for me now. I want to make art for myself. I want to find the value in it, because I haven't been able to to make art that's for me. When I first started getting back into art, I was mostly doing draw this in your style challenges and fan art, and I didn't really have anything else. But now all of a sudden I've been able to make and come up with pieces that I never thought I would dream up of. Like this piece, this lovely afro hair piece, like I was impressed that I could come up with it. Yeah, it's based off a reference, but like I was very proud of myself that I could like put down an idea and come up with 3 different ways to draw this. I made 3 different ladies. This is just one of them. I think I posted the other 2 on my Instagram account if you want to see. But like, it feels nice to make art for yourself and not worry about anyone else. I've opened up a shop. I haven't really had anyone buy anything from it, but that's okay. I've only purchased a few things to sell there, and I'm just waiting for the day for it to blow up. And maybe it won't like be big, but I'm hoping people might find something, or if someone shares it, it gets out that way. But again, I'm really trying to focus on getting the engagement for myself and for and not really focus on gaining so many followers. The followers will come, they'll get there. But right now, I want to focus on the followers that I have and try and make sure that they stay engaged and stay with me through my art journey, just like I want to try and stay through others' art journey, just because that's my art teacher nature to do, is to kind of stick with it and see how it goes. And I've seen quite a few artists progress in their art style, and it is fantastic to watch, to see them grow and learn and make amazing artwork that I'm like, wow. I remember when you like first started and your stuff was like okay, but like this stuff is amazing. And to get that response from my followers when they're like, wow, I've been here from the beginning, or if I was here in the middle and I can really see the progress in it, and you're doing a really good job, keep it up. That one little comment is always nice to hear every once in a while. Like, I don't need to hear it every day, but every once in a while it's super nice to feel. So to finish off our little chat before the end of this, I just want to take the time that it is important to have the self-care, to be able to step away from social media as well. But if you want to be an artist and you want this to be your job, then you have to make sure that you are also coming in, quote unquote, to work. Because, if you don't come to work for quite a few days, you could get fired. And in this case, you start to lose followers. And like if it does become too much for you, then maybe art might not be the full-time profession you want to do, because it does take a lot of work and a lot of time to do, and you can't just bail out every time you have an art block, or like you need like a mental health time, that sort of thing. Like, you still need to be working, and you need to still like be doing stuff. And if you disagree with this, that's fine, but this is just coming from a person who does have a full-time job. Like, I can't take so many sick days or personal days. Sometimes you just have to get back on the bike or get back on the saddle and just keep moving forward, as Walt Disney said. You just kind of sometimes have to push through it. I know that's terrible to say to people with like anxiety and depression and stuff. I have anxiety. I have that. I take medication for it. But at some point, you do have to kind of like keep working if you want this to be your job. If you want it to be a part-time job, yeah, sure, you can make your own hours. You can do all that fun stuff, but you also have to understand that that a job is a job if you want money and that sort of thing. If you want this to be kind of a career. In closing, it seems like I tend to talk about the same things over and over again. If you want to hear some other things, leave a comment down below. Give me some talking points, some ideas, that sort of thing. If you want me to read some spooky stories, if you have a spooky story, if you have a ghost story, if you have a creepypasta or something, I could read maybe next time for my video while I'm doing a speed paint or a speed draw. So yeah, just leave a comment or a link for something for me to read. Nothing like gory or anything, but like I do like hometown ghost stories if you have one, or like if you heard one, that would be awesome. And again, as always, remember, my art darlings, to stay hydrated and have some self-care. Bye. Look at this! I made an end card. This is my lovely character, my pumpkin girl. She is going to be here at the end of videos. I don't quite know how to animate her to move, so she's just going to be like this for now. Maybe I'll try and animate her blinking and that sort of thing. So end card, yay! Some things to say are, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch come June. My school year is almost done. Yay! So I have to just finish that up, and then I'm able to start streaming on Twitch. I will have an art corner on Tuesdays where I will kind of be coloring or doing some art stuff, that sort of thing. And then on Thursdays, I will have a gaming corner where I will play things like Stardew Valley or Monster Prom or something spooky. I don't know. We'll have to see. I will have a link for my Twitch in the description if you want to kind of follow. Before I get on, my first one will probably be June 8th, will be my first art corner, so make sure that you stick with it to get a notification for that. Depending on when this video comes out, I have an update in my shop on Ko-fi. The link will also be in the description. I've got some new stickers, magnets, even a pin design that you should check out. I only have a limited amount of them, so make sure to get it while you can. I'll probably replenish them in late July, early August, along with some other new things that I'm working on and coming up with. And then make sure Not that I haven't plugged this a lot already. Check out my Instagram for more art related things, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more art and more ramblings. Bye!